Victory is in your sight. You can't deny it. Push, push. Overcome self-defiance. Go for the ride and push, push. Oh, you gotta give a little bit. You gotta recreate the kid. You gotta lift your heart to
So,
it.
welcome to Passionate People for Humanity. Today we have Tanya MacIntyre from The Good News Only, and she is the woman I mentioned in my very first clip when we were promoting this show that I was going to have you on, and you didn't even know we were doing this yet, and I said, oh, we're bringing Tanya on, so here you are. Finally, we got you on. You're a news person too, so former news person, so I think it fits in with our with what we're trying to do to spread good news.
I call myself a positive media correspondent now.
Oh, that's cool.
I think that's really cool. I like that. Thank you.
Positive media correspondent.
Yeah.
Well, I know you have a website called
The Good News Only.
The Good News Only.
Yep.
And there is like a...
No biblical association, let's be clear. Somebody made that association early on. I founded this in 2010. And someone said, are you not scared you're going to be affiliated with the Good News Bible?
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
I didn't even think of that. So no religious affiliation whatsoever.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, you do have, I never even thought of that though. That did not even enter my mind. But now that you've said it,
yep,
it's kind of stuck there. Yeah. So there's a little video clip on there. What is that?
That is me encouraging everyone I know to take the diet that really works, a media fast. Don't watch, read, or listen to news and see how much your life improves. I made it rhyme for a reason because I spent 22 years in broadcast media as a journalist, so I know that the whole agenda of mainstream media is to perpetuate fear and doubt.
Right.
That is it. And it's always to make you feel like you're never good enough. You'll never be slim enough, you'll never be smart enough, you'll never be rich enough, you'll never drive the right car, you'll never live in the right house, you'll never go to the right schools. It's just like on and on and on.
That's not just news though, like that is just media
All
in
media
general.
messages, yeah, absolutely.
Magazines, television,
Yes.
videos, social media.
I'll give you
now.
a great example. I have a 27-year-old nephew, Tyler, who has Williams syndrome. That's a neurodevelopmental disorder. And so he's 27 biologically, but mentally he's 5 to 7. So he got an iPad for Christmas. He was so excited. But he loves surfing YouTube, right? YouTube is the second most watched medium in the world now, next to television.
So we're on the right platform.
Yep. And now, more than ever, you have to actually sit through that 30-second commercial.
Yes,
Instead
because
of
it's
opting out.
monetization. Because
Exactly.
you can, you have the choice to do that.
Yes.
You don't make any money at it, though, I'll tell you.
We know.
I think I'm up to 12 cents. 12 cents with the 1,000 whatever video things I've had.
So Tyler takes his iPad away for 2 hours, okay? So this is a 5 to 7-year-old going with the second one most watched medium in the world for 2 hours. He came back to announce that he had to lose weight and remove all the hair from his chest.
Wow.
That is the power of mainstream media. That is what our children are hearing. That is what we were programmed with. We are never good enough. So that is my passion. Positive media, we need more of it. There's far more good going on in the world than bad. We just don't hear about it. So.
I love your posts. Like you had one on there, and my God, I forget what it was, but it was yesterday. Was it the yoga one that you posted?
I try to post several times
I
a
saw,
day.
no, it was about school. Finland.
Oh yes, the school
in
system in Finland. They
That's
actually let them play and think and live and experience. And so, we are also goal-oriented, so accomplishment-oriented. It's all about winning and getting the highest score.
Yeah.
And when children are instead encouraged to just be together and socialize and learn and climb a tree and look at insects. Beautiful.
I love that video. Like it was so good, and it should be like that. You know, they don't need to be in school for the hours they are and have everything. And a lot of the information they're learning is not true. And how does it apply anyway to what the way the world is advancing now?
Exactly.
They make kids grow up too fast.
Yeah, they do. They don't get to be kids anymore.
Even the kids in university. So, we're hearing now about this explosion of university educated people. that have saturated the market. Economically, they're saddled with tens of thousands of dollars in debt, and they are not employable. That's that reality right now. Here we are in 2016.
Yeah.
So now there's a big push on, in the Ontario government at least, to push children now toward trades. So there was a going joke years ago in the 70s. A plumber came to do some work on a doctor's house. The doctor came home just as the plumber was finishing up, handed him the bill, and the doctor looked at the bill and said, "Holy God, I'm a doctor and I don't make this kind of money." The plumber said, "Neither did I when I was a doctor."
Wow.
That's where we're heading. That is where we need to go. We need to encourage kids to be tradespeople, to have a skill.
Wow.
Not to say that university educated people are not skilled, but the market is now saturated with people, and they're saddled with debt, and that is creating depression, and it's a whole.
I love your logo.
Thank
Your
you.
happy face at the front of your website is just amazing. Just makes you smile instantly, right?
That
So
was
that's what it's all about.
Yes,
It's
it
that
is.
big smile, happy face. Yeah. So how did you get into this? Like
I
it's
think
amazing. I love it.
I
It's all
think just
happy.
by chance of removing myself, I had a crisis of conscience in 2002. Well, actually, it started in '98 when I was one of the first Toronto reporters on the scene of the Swiss Air crash in Peggy's Cove.
I'm going to break 1 second. In my book, I have a chapter, and I called you, no, I didn't call her Tanya, but this is the woman I talk about who is, with what she's going to explain now. This is Tanya. So she's the lady in that chapter in my book.
Yes.
Okay, go.
So I was actually on holiday visiting my sister near Peggy's Cove because we're from Nova Scotia. And at that time, I was a news addict. I lived and breathed CNN. But I was up at 4 a.m. watching CNN. And I was watching this unfold, and I was only a few miles away. I called my Toronto station, said, "I'm here." They said, "Get there now." This was 1998. I got there, and I had never experienced anything quite like it in my life. It was a feeding frenzy of media from all over the world. And Peggy's Cove is one of the most picturesque places in the world.
Beautiful, yeah.
And I looked at this, and I thought, "Oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. This is Peggy's Cove." And it was no longer a rescue operation. It was now a salvage operation. So I was looking at just a massive gravesite. It was so depressing, unlike anything I'd ever experienced. So I spent 2 days interviewing dozens of people.
Right.
So over the course of those couple of days, I had interviewed dozens of people, and there was a resounding collective voice that we cannot let these people come from overseas to collect what little is left of their loved ones and go into a bleak, empty hotel room. Can you imagine that?
Wow.
I had people coming to me saying, my brother's got a bedroom, and my sister-in-law's got 2 bedrooms, and so-and-so's got a basement apartment that's vacant. We need to get a bus at the airport, pick up these people, greet them with love, and then take them to their assigned places where they're going to be with families. And I thought, wow, that is my story. That's my story. And my first report, and we were still in telephone booths at that time in 1998, because cell phones were like that, a little bigger than this, and very expensive. So I was in a telephone booth in downtown Halifax, outside a hotel, and I was so excited because this was my first report, and my news director came on the line after my report, and she said, "WTF?" You all know what that means. And I thought, and she said, "I want to see the blood and feel the pain."
And that's what it's all about now.
And I held the receiver, I remember it like it was yesterday, and I held the receiver away from my head, and I thought, I can't do this anymore.
Wow.
So that was 1998, but then I had done this for my whole adult life. And I was fearful, I was full of fear. What do I do now? So I ended up taking another job as news director in a small Ontario town, a heritage station, where I thought I'd have more autonomy over what we were broadcasting.
So now, with all this energy that you have, and you had back then, you're now putting it into a new focus, though.
The good news.
Keeping everything
Good
positive.
news.
You also mentioned you were going to be starting a radio show.
Canada's first community radio station, 98.5 CKWR. I'm very excited that we are now talking about me doing a half-hour show
That's awesome.
dedicated to the good news only on a regional level.
Beautiful.
My dream.
That's awesome.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Regional, it'll be
all local good news.
but it'll be online, I bet you,
Yes.
which makes it then worldwide,
Absolutely.
not just
Congratulations.
regional. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
Where is it based out of?
They're based in Kitchener,
Yeah.
but I mean they've been around for
It sounds familiar.
over 50 years, since
CKWR.
Canada's first community radio station. And they've been offered millions of dollars for their little FM signal on the dial, and they've
Wow.
refused. They want to keep it community.
Beautiful.
That's
Good for them.
awesome.
I know,
Good
I
for
love
them.
That's-
I love the underdog. I love integrity. That's what life is all about.
Integrity.
Love
Love.
and integrity. And I think if we all gravitate toward those things, the world would be a lot better place.
And I think that's
So how do people find you to go on your radio station, or do you find people that you...
Well, it's a full-time job finding good news.
Finding good news.
Yes, and it's getting better now that people are finally getting to know the good news only, and they're coming to me with good news, which is
Awesome.
helpful.
That's really
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
And now that we're doing a more regional show, I think I'm going to have to get this whole kind of clan going of local people who are feeding me good news. That'd be great.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Well,
Yeah.
this too will help, when we put this out, because our audience is growing, you may find stories want to come to you.
Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely.
we can always
Absolutely.
contact you that
Yeah.
way and
Yes.
let you know.
Yes. You have on your website the law of attraction. Do you want to speak more about that?
I'd love to. I'm a big fan of law of attraction because law of attraction is not just an idea or a philosophy, it's a science. So law of attraction is as real as the law of gravity. People just don't understand it. And I think it was a little bit whitewashed with movies like The Secret,
Yeah.
which made it a little bit, I know I've heard airy-fairy, woo-hoo, kind of out there. The Secret, I think, simplified things a little too much and made it all about attracting money. Law of attraction is not just about money. If you ask any wealthy person on their deathbed, they will say the least important thing in their life is their millions of dollars. The most important thing, and I can quote actually, he was a huge ship magnate, industrialist in the 70s, and on his deathbed, he said, "I wish I had had a happy marriage." He was married 4 times. So ask any rich person what is important in their life, and on the bottom of the list is money. So law of attraction is about connecting with vibrations. We are all energy, vibrating beings. Energy is everything, everything is energy, as Einstein said. And when we collectively raise our vibration, powerful results can be manifest. Life.
And I believe that. Like we've been
Mhm.
talking a lot about that as well. And as energy workers, both working with energy, you see that it can be manipulated. It can totally change the mindset of a person.
Mhm.
And it is true when you start off your day and you start off in a bad mood, you keep attracting that negative energy to you. But if you start off in a good mood and your energy's high and you're clear-minded, more of that comes to you. I see that all the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the most powerful emotion, I think, is gratitude. When we express gratitude,
Very true.
that resonates the highest vibration in the world.
Thank you goes a long way.
Mhm.
And not just thank you, but I appreciate you. Those are magic words,
Yes.
especially to a woman, I think, and men too that work so hard. Everybody just wants to feel appreciated for the things that they do, and a lot of times that is overlooked because everybody's so busy.
Mhm.
But that's a good point.
Yes.
Appreciation.
So I think maintaining that high vibration, taking a media fast, the diet that really works.
We rarely have our TV on. Rarely.
I don't have a
it
TV.
Good.
I don't have a TV. I don't watch TV. I don't.
And I think this
Right.
evolved for me. My husband and I went to Spain in 2007. So just by virtue of not being able to hear mainstream media messages, we found our quality of life improved. Now, of course, I'm sure that had something to do with living in the Mediterranean, in a tropical country. But there was a direct correlation between our exposure to mainstream media and then being withdrawn from that and our overall quality of life.
Then you have more time to do other things.
Exactly.
And you have time to spend time together
Mhm.
instead of sitting in front of the TV with all that
Yeah.
Electronic
value.
Well, you notice too, if you go on a holiday, right, and you go like you were just away, your sister's wedding, but when you go to another country, you don't want to sit in front of the television, so you do disconnect from that for the full week, and you feel great, and then I think part of when you come home and you go, oh my God, whatever,
You have
you're
to
back home,
answer
you're back
hundreds of
into
emails.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're back into that energy. You're back into your routine. You're watching TV. You're on the computer. You know, the cell phones are going.
Mm-hmm.
I've actually started doing this. I look at my emails in the morning, and I try to put my phone and my laptop away during the day, and look at my emails again later on in the day. So I'm trying to really unplug.
Twice a day.
Yeah.
Unplug as much as I can. And then I have more time to do other things because
Yes.
you get so distracted, pulled in. It's pulling you in.
Yeah.
Got you. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to totally put them away and just do more things.
Yeah, they call it electronic Valium for a
Yes.
reason.
Yes, they do.
Electronic what? Sorry.
Electronic Valium.
Oh, I never
Mhm.
heard that before.
Oh yes, yeah. That's the screen sensations, right? You're just stuck to a screen all day, like you are right now watching us. Thank
Oh
you.
yeah, and in order to do this episode, there'll be hours of editing in front of my laptop.
That's right. Yes.
But I put a big honking quartz crystal on my computer, and that actually does,
Yeah, it gets
Capture
the
the-
electromagnetic.
the
fields
EMF waves.
Yeah.
It does help with that.
Well, you know, Masaru Emoto, who sadly passed away earlier this year, he proved that the labels that we put on water can actually change the molecular structure of water. So that's why I love my love symbol for the Good News Only, because
That's right.
I infuse my water every day with love, and it reminds me to love myself. So, you know, that self-talk is very important. And when we give ourselves positive, loving, reinforcing thoughts and vocabulary, how we talk to people and ourselves, it's very important.
I think it's funny that you mentioned that, because Michael Lee Hill is somebody that Candace and I saw on the weekend, and he has designed, you guys can't see what I'm doing, but I'm reaching on top of my water cooler and there's this disc. This is it's programmed at 432 megahertz. So the energy that comes off this is the resonance of the planet, I believe, that we're supposed to be in this frequency. And this gentleman has just created coasters. I was just talking to him this morning because you put the water on it, and he's done the tests on it. You put your glass of water on the frequency and it balances the water. It's similar to your,
I love that idea.
the intent. Yeah, so he does have these discs, and you should get one of these. But
Nice.
the coasters as well are, the frequency is 432, and he's just started selling them today. So
Nice.
there
And
you
we're
go.
going to have his website right under there.
Yeah,
on the page, so you
again,
can-
again.
And also Reiki, that which I teach.
Yes.
Is Reiki your water, Reiki your food, Reiki everything, because it's pure love. Reiki's love. So
That's
Yeah.
right.
Everything is energy. Energy
Everything
is
is
everything.
energy.
People
Yeah.
are
positive
catching
thoughts
on.
in your food, positive thoughts,
Yeah.
loving thoughts
Love,
towards
love, love.
people. Love, love, love.
Our hippie chick over here. Hippie chick.
Hippie chick.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that about the label, but I remember you sent me an email before, or I have featured you on a blog, I think, and you sent me pictures of the water.
Yes.
With the different meanings with it, and how it changed from a puddle to like a beautiful snowflake kind of look.
And not just water, they're doing it now with even rice.
Yes.
So just Google
Rice?
the rice experiment.
Yeah, with rice. Yeah.
Mhm.
Somebody
Rice, you can
said-
do it with any food, and even a plant, you can do it with
Yeah.
your plants. Take two plants, talk lovingly to one, and talk shite to another,
That's true.
and watch the difference.
That's
It's
true.
very important. To
Wow.
Watch a person's aura grow and
Mm.
shrink when you talk nice or talk.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you
Bad
can feel
news.
that too, the energy.
Yeah, and
you
I've
can
got
feel it.
dowsing rods that I use in my class to show the students how, you know, they're sad or feel not nice about themselves, or and then how they expand when they're in love. So your
Wow.
aura can go woof, woof, woof. And that's the energy we all feel, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we want the
Absolutely,
whole
absolutely.
planet to be in that love bubble. That energetic bubble.
Love, love, love.
I'm
And
not stealing your love, love, love. I'm just
I'm not saying yes, it's all love. Everyone, take love.
And people may call us, a bunch of Pollyannas, and that's okay,
the fact that I know who Pollyanna is, that says a lot.
Yeah, you can Google that too and find out more.
People are like, what? Who's that?
It's people who generally don't have a full understanding of energy work and law of attraction and the laws of the universe. Really, it's a science. It's a law of the universe. So you'll tend to get a lot of negative talkers who say, oh, that stuff doesn't work, or poo-poo and eye rolling and all that stuff. But I can tell you that there is a multitude of stories that you can access. The one that comes to my mind right now is the collective meditation that was done back in, I believe, the 70s or 80s.
Yes.
Washington, D.C. had the highest murder rate in the country. And a bunch of meditators got together and they said, we will prove that collective meditation works. And we will reduce the murder rate in Washington, D.C. And they did it.
And they did it. I remember that.
Yeah. So, it's a law of the universe. It's not a philosophy. It's not a woo-woo theory. It's a law of the universe. Embrace it and make it work for you.
Exactly.
And there's a lot, the meditations that you're talking about, I see online frequently where groups of people across the world now are connecting
Yep.
and doing mass meditations all at one time.
It's
like
very powerful.
millions of people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
really cool.
We live in a vibrating universe. So vibration is very important and it can manifest whatever we want.
And our thoughts are very important.
Mhm.
It can.
Positive, loving thoughts.
Things are manifesting quicker now. Like I'm finding that if I put my mind to something, it's just done so much quicker than maybe 10 years ago. You put it out there and the universe just brings you everything you need.
Right.
The people you need, the product you need, the space you need, the home you need.
But you need to be clear on what it is.
And
Very
you can't
clear.
you can't put
Yeah.
a condition on it.
Yeah, we can't underestimate clarity. Write it down, be very clear on what you want, set the vision. Vision boards are very powerful. Cut out pictures of what you envision. And this is not just a wish list. This is helping you focus on what you want. And you need to be clear on what you want. A lot of people, we're not encouraged to even define what we want.
Yeah.
When we're growing up, you would be called selfish.
I was
Even-
just going to say that
think,
it makes us feel selfish
taste,
that we want
mhm.
something.
Taste it, feel it, know it, just feel it.
Yeah.
You be in it.
Give it attention, energy, and
Yeah.
focus every day.
That's right.
And watch the miracles unfold.
And they do.
That's right. And love yourself.
Love,
love everybody.
yourself.
It is that simple.
It really is,
It is.
I think people are programmed to be negative. They're programmed to knock us off kilter. There's some of us that
Divide
are
and
like on
conquer,
this
yeah.
love path and some of us that are like, let's knock the love path over. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I truly believe that. I really do.
Well, the
They just don't
government
see
it hasn't changed in centuries. The
No.
whole objective is you divide people and you conquer. You divide people, you make them biased against each other. You start and verbiage is very important. We can look at history and see how the verbiage started working against different communities, different religions, different racial ethnicities. Verbiage started to demean them, label them as something inferior, and that's when it all began to go downhill.
Yeah.
So be careful, and just be aware of the programming that's out there. It exists in mainstream media, so...
Yeah, you're right. Everything is programmed to separate us or to, I was just reading this, actually, something called the Neruda interviews. I was reading some of that, and they talk about that, how you have to bring yourself to center and feel something to do with your breath. When you breathe in, you hold it, that it's your I am intention, and when you breathe out, it's the we are intention, and that's all it is. I am, we are,
Nice.
and no division,
We're all connected.
We are.
Yeah.
So,
Proven time and time and again by all the philosophers of the world. We are
That's
all
right.
connected.
we
Yeah.
are.
Well, we're all connected, and hopefully we'll connect again and have you back on this show.
Yes, pleasure.
Thank you.
We keep our episodes short so we can bring you back
That's
again.
awesome. I love what you're doing. This is
Thank
great.
you.
Thank
It
you,
is
Suzanne. Thank you, Candace.
That was awesome.
And
See
work.
you
Robert,
again.
well, Robert's working again. So there we go. Tanya MacIntyre from The Good News Only, and I'll have her information, and if you want to contact her, all the information will be on at the end of this video.
Awesome.
So my ending message is do what you love, and if you can't do what you love what you do.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Isn't there a song called that? Something like
Let's write one.
love. Hey, we could do that, you know.
Victory is in your sight, you can't deny it. Push, push, overcome self-defined.